welcome back to the one where Gina cooks. So if this is your first time visiting my channel, I want you to know that I love to cook and I love the television show Friends. So I like to make recipes that reflect the foods that are seen in the episodes. So today we're going to be making something from season 7, episode 4, and it's titled The One with Rachel's Assistant. In that episode, Chandler reveals to Monica one of Ross's biggest, deepest, darkest secrets. Dun, dun, dun! And that secret is that in junior year of college, Ross and Chandler went to Disneyland, and on the way there, Ross had a bunch of tacos, and so on Space Mountain, Ross...
He pooped his pants.
That's right, you heard me correctly.
He pooped his pantalones.
Funny. So later in the evening on that episode, Ross goes to Monica's apartment and he's looking to see if she made anything for dinner, and she's making tacos, and Ross is like, "What are you making over there? Are those tacos?" And Monica's like, "No, these aren't tacos. These are ground beef Smileys." No, those are tacos. "Excuse me, Mr. Mexico." And then he turns to Chandler and he's like, "Either way, I'll pass. I still can't eat those." So today we're going to be making ground beef Smileys. And no, these will not make you poop your pants. We're going to begin with the homemade taco seasoning. This recipe comes from a blog titled One Good Thing by Jilly, and I'll provide the link below in the description box. This recipe is going to make a lot of seasoning, more than we're actually going to need for the ground beef Smileys, but that's okay because you can store the rest in a small container and use it for when those taco cravings hit. First, start off with 2 tablespoons of chili powder. 1 and 2. Then add half a teaspoon of onion powder, and remember that these measurements don't have to be perfect, but just more of a rough guideline on how much to use of each spice. Then add half a teaspoon of garlic powder, half a teaspoon of red pepper flakes, half a teaspoon of dried oregano, 1 teaspoon of paprika, 1 tablespoon of cumin, 2 teaspoons of pepper, and last but not least, 2 teaspoons of salt. The original recipe calls for 2.5 teaspoons, but I only put 2 because I don't really like a lot of salt. Just mix all the spices together and ta-da! Congratulations, you just made taco seasoning. Well, I did, but who's keeping score? For your taco meat, you're going to use 1 pound of ground beef, which will end up being enough to make around 8 tacos. Place your meat over a medium flame in a nonstick pan. Break it up and let it cook until it's browned. You can always add a 1/4 cup of water to your ground beef if you want a saucier mixture, but I like the ground beef undrained so that the natural juices mix in with the seasoning. Once browned, add in 2 tablespoons of taco seasoning for every 1 pound of meat and adjust your flame to low. While that's simmering, let's make the tortillas. Heat a pan over a medium-high flame, preferably a cast iron skillet, because those have really great heat retention and get super hot quick, which is what you want. Pour in corn oil until it's about 2 inches deep. I'm using Mazola corn oil and it's cholesterol-free. Once you think your oil is hot enough, you're going to test it by throwing in a tiny piece of tortilla, and if it sizzles right away and stays afloat, then your oil's ready to go. If it doesn't, like this piece here, then just let it heat up a little while longer and try again in a few minutes. While you're waiting for the oil to heat up, you're going to place a paper towel on a plate, which is where you're going to be placing your finished tortillas. Now let's check our oil again. Ooh, listen to that sizzle. So using a pair of tongs, grab 1 corn tortilla and place it flat in the oil for just a couple of seconds in order for it to turn pliable. Then take one side and fold it over, creating a taco shape. Let each side fry for about 15 to 20 seconds. When they're just hard enough and golden brown, take them out and place them on that paper towel to drain. Now that our smiley shells are all done, let's move to the margarita station. For these margaritas, you're going to need margarita mix. I'm using Jose Cuervo, the tequila of your choice. This is what I have on hand, so this is what I'll be using. You're going to need a shot glass, I'm using the Jessica Rabbit shot glass because, hello, Ross's Big Secret took place at Disneyland. You're also going to need a blender. I'm using a NutriBullet, a cup of ice, a margarita glass, a few lime wedges, and some salt. So let's get this margarita started. First, pour in your ice, then your shot of tequila, then your margarita mix. I pour in 4 counts, 1, 2, 3, 4, and blend for 10 to 15 seconds. Take your margarita glass, grab a lime wedge, and coat the rim of the glass with the lime juice. Then salt your glass. Like I said before, I don't really like salt, but I'm going to do it anyway because it looks pretty. Look how festive and cute that looks! Now we're going to stuff the ground beef Smileys. Don't overstuff them because you got to leave room for those toppings. Okay, so for my toppings, I have some iceberg lettuce, chopped tomato, a Mexican cheese blend, and some sour cream that I use on the side. For my taco sauce, I'm using one that I've used for like the past 15 years. It's called Pico Pica. It's a mild sauce. If you like a smoky kind of taco sauce, then I definitely recommend you get your hands on a bottle of this. Ground beef Smileys, you've never looked so good. So now that our ground beef Smileys are topped and ready, and we have our Margarita, let's taste these bad boys. I like to dip mine in some sour cream. Okay, here we go. Muy delicioso. Here's some Margarita. Oh, that's terrible. I hate that. Oh God. That is bad. The salt. Lesson learned. Less salt next time. Noted. So let's get back to the ground beef Smileys. Too bad Ross can't eat these because they are good in the hood. So if you decide to make your own ground beef Smileys, let me know how it goes. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Snapchat. Thanks for watching. Oh, and I'm gonna let you in on one more little secret. Nancy Thompson got fired. Are you still here? Did you forget to subscribe? Go on, do it. Shoot, shoot.